vlog number 2.
Number 2.
What are we up to? Well, yeah, we're going to get a haircut.
Finally getting a haircut. Yeah.
The last time I got a haircut, the guys in the Maximize Academy are going to know because I got a haircut to film some educational content. So ever since then, I haven't gotten a haircut.
Just fresh fade. To film a few videos and go just dip out of there.
You think different when you have a fresh fade, bro. You think different. At the place we're going today, their main specialty is fades.
And this is my first time there, so...
Oh yeah, I introduced you there. Yeah, this is going to be your first time.
Exactly, mate.
Took you to the proper places.
You should get some sort of commission for this, mate.
Oh, absolutely. Guys, hook me up, hook me up. What just happened?
Well, you snooze, you lose. It's been the joke the last couple of days, but
it's the last minute gag.
Yeah, we tried to enter the new year with a fresh fade, but yeah, we end up missing out. You have to make a booking. But this place seems to be that popular, it's fully booked out.
Yeah, it's really good.
Fully booked out.
It's really good. Yeah, too bad we didn't get some shots of us like getting a haircut and all that stuff. That would have been cool to see us get transformed into fresh fade gentlemen.
And we get to be buffy heads for the rest of the day.
Even getting a haircut anymore, might as well change my shirt. So let's try and do this transition the right way. There we go. Yeah. Let's go to where we're going today because exciting things are first people documenting this, what we're about to document right now.
Yeah, first people to document it. I'd say probably also first people who aren't owners who are seeing this car in person in Australia.
We get to experience it as much as possible to really show you what it feels like at this sort of like echelon of cars. I mean, you already know by now with the title of the video, so without further ado, let's go and do this.
Let's go do it.
So, we're here.
Damn,
this is going to be exciting. We already started with some heat over here. We've got Aston Martin Vanquish Zagato.
Yeah, Zagato.
Second time seeing this. First time I saw it on the road, it was actually in Broadway.
Broadway?
Yeah, black one.
Black one, okay.
Yeah, black one. I was like, damn, that is unique.
There's not too many of them. They're about $1 million plus a pop, so...
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Exactly. And then we're surrounded.
But I mean, the craftsmanship, look at that carbon.
It's like the carbon, wood and everything.
Look at those details, like, damn. And the tail lights as well. The tail lights, the rear end is just sculpted so damn well. Look at that. This is a work of art. Look at the carbon details, the tailpipes. Insane. Zagato. We've got a 675 LT, pretty well spec'd as well. That's a pretty good color. Exactly, and we've got the baller mobile over here, the Mulsanne. I actually want one of these, but the coupe version, the two-door, very rare. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go inside and have a look at what's in there. What a coincidence.
So we've just dropped into the McLaren Sydney dealership. We've just bumped into Dr Shimanto. We've seen his new daily downstairs. Checking out the new 765 LT. Shimanto just let us know that he's just found out that his one's in transit at the moment. So what build number did you end up getting?
Chassis number 421. That was randomly allocated to me. Apparently the centre owners got to pick their chassis number. And they haven't been building them. McLaren, you have not been building them in order.
You naughty, naughty. You teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
because some of our American friends with chassis 689 and 722 have already got them on the road. But anyway, it's good news today. It's a nice way to end the year. And confirm that it's on a boat, and now the real wait begins.
Absolutely. Because we were just discussing, you have the two options between having it shipped over by boat versus paying for it to be for it to catch a plane and flying over.
Yeah.
What like you chose to go with boat, and most people I know choose that option. Is there a particular reason as to why people do that?
Yeah, look, air freight, that's where the car's placed on a plane and it's flown over. The advantage of that is, in theory, I could see the car next week. It's always very expensive, and recently it's been basically cost prohibitive. We're getting quotes, in the range of 90 to 100,000 Australian dollars for air freight. Yeah. So it's an expensive car, but when you look at in terms of how much you then pay to receive the car some weeks earlier relative to the value of the car, which, if you remember what we spoke about recently about investments and depreciating toys and depreciating assets, it's certainly not a smart move, and I don't think it's a mature one. At least at this point, I haven't known anyone in the LT with the LTs that have chosen to air freight it. I think everyone's sort of biding their time, which is understandable. For a car which markets anywhere from 600,000 to 700,000 on with the typical spec, or a little bit higher at times. And then if you're going to spend $100,000 on just getting it here, it's quite expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, good things come to those who wait. So
look, I can't really complain. I was originally offered an LT allocation before the car was officially launched, so we knew the LT was coming, and at that point in time, I turned it down. I said, "Oh, look, I thought it was a bit early, and I was quite happy with the 720, but these things tend to ruminate in your head for a while." And then I rang them back and said, "Look, can I have a car?" And I expected the answer was going to be, perhaps it'll be difficult because of it being a limited chassis series. There's 765 being built. But look, I have a history with the brand, and they've looked after me very well. We have a good relationship, so they said, "Look, no problem, we'll get you a car." And then I think a couple of months later, they told me it was going to be number 421.
Are you happy with the number?
I'm not superstitious in that manner, but it's ridiculous the number of times that the numbers 4 and 2 are associated
with good luck, right?
My birthday's 2404.
Nice.
My 720 chassis is 2144, and this is 421. So I'm not superstitious, but I thought I had a bit of a chuckle, and I thought it was going to be 421. But I had to take a guess beforehand. Randomly allocated numbers. I thought it would be some combination of 4 and 2.
That's crazy. No, it's going to be on 4 miles.
Exactly.
There we are.
So there's no element of buyer's remorse whatsoever. You're like, because
Not
you
at
ordered
all.
it without seeing it physically.
Look, there's a degree of trust. The 720 was an exceptional vehicle. But for what I started to use it for, which was basically 99% track driving, I rarely dailied it. Look, I know people who will daily it and who will enjoy it. I just thought, where there's speed restrictions and traffic and people around, how do you really get to learn its capabilities, its limits, and then how do you then learn to explore, to go beyond its limits? You can't do that on a public road or on an unrestricted road. You need a racetrack setting. And as I started to do that more and more and more, I felt I was probably getting ready in terms of both my driving as well as my mindset and my likes in terms of vehicles to look at something more extreme or more track focused. So immediately, if you're looking at McLarens, that meant LTs. Yes. LTs from the beginning have been lighter weight, more power and more aero. And we passed a comment that you jump into one thing and your horizons tend to expand. So if you ask me with the 720, even though it will sound crazy, what would you do to make it better? I'd say probably a little bit more power, but some more aero and lower it.
Sounds exactly like this.
And maybe make the exhaust louder, which this has. So
Well, speaking of that, given the fact that you would have spec'd the car, it somewhat back to front, if not completely back to front, would you mind showing the viewer, as we walk around, showing the viewers and talking a bit about the car and things, and talk about how you've spec'd yours a little bit?
Mine will be black with orange highlights. The bucket seats will be the same, except I'll have the cage and the harnesses. Engine bay window I did add in. But that again is just for aesthetics. It doesn't really add to any performance potential.
Is that different to how this one is?
Well, this one has the dark glass, the blackened glass at the back. So if I remember my spec correctly, that just has simply clear glass. So I wanted to have that ability to see the engine from the external part or from the outside of the car. The engines in these are so low that you really don't have great access to them. So even though they're mid-engined, they're so low in the chassis, so that's what they've placed that engine window in. And it was sort of one of the, if you look at the often when cars launch, there's iconic features, launch features, and the engine window was one of those. So that was my thinking to add it in. The carbon again was just the splitter, the side skirts, these rear air blades, the bumper and the diffuser, mirrors, and some of these air channels as well. They'll all be in carbon fibre too. But going around, if you have a look at, there's a few things which they have certainly looked at improving over the 720. One's the aero, wings larger, it's got a lot more aero bits on it. It's lower, the splitter's a lot larger. The diffuser's absolutely crazy. People obviously focus on the exhaust, which is sort of quite a standout feature.
That's aggressive.
The diffuser's really, really wide. The exhaust now is titanium, so it does sound different. It does sound more raucous. We aren't allowed to drive this car, so it hasn't been. It's a prototype, and they've said no driving. I've asked them, can we take it out on track? We don't need to worry about compliance in a track environment, but they said no, there's no driving it. So we've started it up and revved it. It's got a soft limiter. So I think at about 4,000 RPM. So, but it does, bang and pop. A lot of the parts, like these, are all carbon. This is all carbon. This is actually an option.
That is
carbon, as well as the door, what they call the door inlet.
Yes.
This is an extremely expensive option to spec here. That part itself, I think, is about $30,000. Apparently, due to the complexity of making the shape.
All in all, this is a beast.
Let's enjoy the beauty of it. What a way to end the year. Bumped into first guest on the show. A very good friend. But yeah, this has been awesome. 765LT behind us. February, we see yours.
Hopefully, so it's in shipment 6 to 8 weeks. That means mid-February to the end of February. So McLaren, if you can get it here sooner, I'd appreciate it. But
the man does not like to wait.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, anyway, Happy New Year. As
Good
you
stuff.
said, it's a great way to end what's been a challenging 2020, but I'm already excited about 2021, and I hope everyone else is too.
Oh yeah, we're stoked.
And from what I see, what you guys have got planned as well, I'm very excited for you too as well.
Awesome.
We appreciate that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
All right.
much.
Thank you very much,
Great
Shimanto.
stuff.
Okay, you guys have a Happy New Year.
See ya. You too.
Yeah.